Hi guys! Today for our math lesson we are going to be taking notes. So if you want to pause this and go and get a piece of notebook paper and a pencil, that would be great because you're going to take notes and submit those today for today's assignment. So why don't you pause it, go grab some paper and a pencil, and then come on back. Alright, so like I said, we're going to take notes today. We are going to take notes on the circumference of a circle. All right, so we're going to do circumference notes today. And we did cover these about 3, maybe 4 weeks ago now. So it's not completely new to you, but chances are maybe some of you forgot how to calculate the circumference of a circle. So we're going to review that today. Today, like I said, you're just going to submit notes. We're not going to have assignment on this, but you will on Wednesday. So that's why these notes are important. Keep them, maybe take a picture of them when you're done in case they get misplaced, but you will need these notes to help you complete your assignment. So let's get started here. All right, so we know circumference deals with circles. All right, so we have our circle here, and as we did the review last Wednesday, we know that circles either have a diameter or a radius. All right, so on our first one here, we have a circle that with a line that goes through the middle all the way through. And as you remember, we call that our diameter. All right, the diameter goes all the way through the circle, through the middle. But then we also can have a circle with a line that just goes partway through the middle. And remember the circles with a line that just goes partway through the middle, those are our radiuses. All right, so we have a circle with a diameter on the left and the radius on the right. And one way I used to remind myself what the difference of the two are is the diameter has more letters in it. In the word diameter, you can see it has 8 letters and radius only has 6. So I always remember diameter is longer than the radius because it has more letters. So that's one little trick you can use. So if you remember, when we figure out the circumference of a circle, we can either use the diameter of the circle or the radius to calculate the circumference. We can use either or. So let's start with the diameter, calculating the circumference of a circle using the diameter. So if you can remember, there's a little formula we use. And remember, formulas are kind of like our directions or our guide to solving the problem. So to figure out the circumference using a circle, using the diameter of a circle, the formula is circumference equals pi times the diameter. All right, that's our formula for figuring out the circumference of a circle using the diameter. Now, we have pi in there. That little squiggly line that looks like this with the 2 lines, that's what we call pi. And remember, we had Pi Day on March 14th, and we had it March 14th because anytime we see that pi symbol, we know it stands for 3.14. 3 being March, the 3rd month of the year, and on the 14th day. So that's what we use anytime we see the pi symbol, this symbol right here, we always calculate in 3.14. So let's say on our first circle, our diameter is going to be 12 meters. All right. So we know the diameter. We know what pi is. So now we can plug that into our formula right here. So circumference equals pi. We know that we're going to use 3.14 times our diameter. And our diameter is right here. So we're going to plug that one in right there. So to calculate out the circumference for this circle, we have pi, which we put in 3.14 times 12. So now if you want to pause this and grab a calculator, excuse me, you can, or you can split your iPad and just pull your calculator up on your iPad screen. So on our calculator, we are going to plug in 3.14 times 12, and that gives us our circumference. So when we plug that into our calculator, we should get circumference equals 37.68 meters. All right. Remember to label with your unit of measurement. All right. So that's one way we can do it. But like I said, we can calculate circumference using the diameter or the radius. Either or, doesn't matter. We will get the same answer. So looking at this circle, on the right, we have our radius. So our formula for calculating the circumference of a circle using the radius is circumference equals 2 times pi times the radius. And I wish we were in class right now, because I would ask you, why do we multiply it by 2 right here? And I know some of you would tell me we multiply it by 2 because there are 2 radiuses equal 1 diameter. All right, remember, radius is half of the diameter. So our diameter would go the whole way through the circle, well, our radius only goes halfway. So that's why we multiply it by 2, because 2 radiuses equal 1 diameter. So let's say on our circle here, let me just erase this, my artwork here. Hold on one second. All right, let's just, all right. So let's say our radius on this circle is going to be 5 centimeters. Okay, so just like we did on our first circle with the diameter, we are going to plug our numbers into our formula. So we will have circumference equals, and we always keep the 2 there because remember, 2 radiuses equal 1 diameter. So 2 times, here we have pi. Remember, anytime we have pi, we put in 3.14. And then I just said our radius was 5, so we're going to put 5 in for our radius. And again, you're just going to plug these numbers into your calculator. So we have 2 times 3.14 times 5, and our circumference of the circle using the radius is 31.4 centimeters. All right, so we just calculated the circumference of a circle using the diameter, which was our circle on the left, and the radius with our circle on the right. All right, so I want you to, we're going to do a few practice problems here. So I'm going to give you a circle here, and I am going to draw that line, and I am going to say it is 15 inches. All right, and I want you to calculate out the circumference of the circle using that circle with that line in 15 inches. All right, so pause it, work through it, and then unpause it and check to see if you got it correct. All right, so first thing I got to decide is, what formula am I going to use? Well, I know the diameter is a line that goes through the whole circle through the middle, so I know I need to use this formula, because this line here, that's my diameter, and so I need to use this formula. So again, I know I got to plug my numbers into the formula, so I'm going to use circumference equals pi. Again, anytime we see the little symbol there for pi, we put in 3.14. So circumference equals 3.14 times my diameter, that's my diameter, times 15. So I'm going to plug these numbers into my calculator, and you should get, let's see, hold on a second, 3.14 times 15. My circumference of my first circle equals 47.1 inches. If you got that, you did it correctly. If you didn't, go back and look at what I did and what you did and try to find your error. All right? All right, let's do one more practice problem here. All right, so I have a circle with a line that only goes halfway through the circle and ends in the middle, and it is 17 meters. So I have to decide what formula I'm going to use, and then you can calculate it out. So why don't you pause this, work through it, and then unpause it and check your answer again. All right, well, I know that a line that only goes partway through the circle, that's my radius. So I know I need to use this formula. 2 times pi times my radius. All right, because the radius only goes partway through the circle, or halfway. So now I'm just going to plug my numbers into my formula. Circumference equals 2 times pi. When I see that pi symbol, I know I automatically just put 3.14, and this is my radius, so I'm going to put in 17 there. And then I'm just going to plug those numbers into my calculator, and my circumference of my circle equals 106.76 meters. All right, so hopefully those went smoothly for you. If not, do not hesitate to reach out to me. All right, I'm on my video conference in Mrs. Pond's office hours group every day from 9 to 10, except Thursdays is 9:30 to 10:30. You can email me, you can post on our discussion group in Schoology, and you can always give me a call. All right, so please do not hesitate to reach out to me if you're struggling. Today, like I said, you need to submit these notes. I want to see them, and you will be graded on them. And then Wednesday, you will be doing a review assignment on calculating the circumference of a circle using the radius and the diameter. All right, so thank you guys. I miss you, and I hope things are going well for you. Again, don't hesitate to reach out if you need any help.